Hey guys, it's Misty Burmeister here. I solve people problems. I work with leaders who love their job and want their team to be more engaged and productive. Today I want to talk about the most important leadership quality today, right now. Because you know what, in 6 months from now, in just 6 months from now, probably, maybe 8 months from now, those who practice this quality will be looked to like nobody has ever been looked to before for leadership. If you can do this during the challenging times, you can do it all the time. These leadership qualities are so incredibly valuable. Before I share with you this number one quality, I'll tell you a quick story behind pulling this one out. Yesterday, I was on the phone with a CEO who is got a whole team of people on the East Coast looking to her for guidance and for leadership. And she shared with me yesterday that she finds herself looking to apparently Johns Hopkins has on their website, number of deaths, blah, 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 blah. Every day, 15 times a day, she's been checking it. And she goes, I finally stopped myself and asked myself, why am I doing that? And she said, it's because there's so much uncertainty. I just want some level of certainty. And so does your team. And so does your team at home. And so does your team in the office. And sometimes those two things right now are both in a way we've probably never had it before. All right, so communicate about the uncertainties. Talk about the uncertainties, because often the stories that we tell ourselves are nowhere near as, they're so much worse than the reality. Right? Because our emotions are driven way up and our amygdala is kicking off all kinds of signals. Oh my gosh, it's, in far greater than what needs to be had right now. And those emotions kick off our inability to really be present and do our work. So we need to talk about, that's the number one skill. We need to talk about the uncertainties, not dwell in them, but talk about them. What is happening? What is not happening? What do you know and what do you not know, right? And for your team to do the same, give them a place to share what they know and what they don't know. And you can only really do this well if you're doing a good job taking care of yourself, because nobody is immune to the fear that's out there. Nobody is. Certainly not myself included. Super sensitive. I'm kind of grateful to be indoors, to be honest, though I'm getting ready to go for a hike. What can you do for yourself first? Whatever is meditative for you, do it. If that's walking your dog, if that's going for a run. So something that's meditative that helps to calm your mind and keep yourself out of the news completely during that time. And as much as possible, honestly, as much as you can keep yourself out of the news, do it, because if it's not serving you, don't do it. So here's what I want you to consider. Take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically every single day. This is going to allow you to be present for your team. There is no more important time than right now to be present for your team. Number one leadership quality for today, for right now, is to talk about the uncertainties and then shift the conversation. We're going to shift it over to gratitude from there. All right, so these are the things that are actually happening. Here's some fears around that. Now let's talk about some of the great things that are happening. Just down in Washington, D.C., I got a chance to hear about, I believe it's called Rare Steak or Steak Rare, something like that. It's a restaurant in D.C. that's giving out steaks to people who have been quarantined. They don't have a lot to give, but they have something to give. I am so grateful to hear that story. I also enjoyed hearing the story from the CEO of Zoom, giving away Zoom to K through 12, and asking his employees not to sell right now, but to serve. I think that's always a good idea. I think it's always the better strategy, but still, I love that he is focused on the right things. I'm so grateful for that. All right, so what it is you have to be grateful for, and then refocus your team just for today, just for right now. This is what we're gonna be focused on. All right, so talk about what's uncertain, share some of the facts as well as the feelings, dive into gratitude for everybody to talk about what they're grateful for, and then focus the team for the day. Throughout the day now, one more little piece, throughout the day, make sure that you're communicating anything that you know and anything that you don't know. What's funny is this CEO I spoke with yesterday, she said, my team wants to know what I know often. She goes, and sometimes I just don't know. And I go, well, tell them that you don't know yet. Nothing new's come out. Like, set them up with a certain number of times per day that you'll let them know what's going on, and over communicate right now, guys. Over communicate. You do this, and I promise you 6 months from now, wow, the results will be tremendous for you, for your team, for your organization, for your career. Unbelievable. Step up right now. It is the time. If you found this video to be helpful, please share it. If you had an experience around sharing and processing in this way, please leave me a comment below. Click the like button, share. Until next time, I'll say here's to your greatness. Peace.